Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're on episode 16 of the Transfer League, and this time around we're taking charge of Southampton. If you haven't seen the other 15, please go and check them ones out as well. Southampton could be quite an interesting team. Not got too many good players, but might start with a little bit of money, so I might be able to get some good players in. This is the series where we sell every single player that we can. Whatever team buys one of my players, I then have to buy one of theirs. So the team that buys it, I buy a player from. So it's kind of like a swapping sort of thing. And then come the end of the season, we'll see how well we can do. And at the end of the season as well, there is a way of scoring points, a number of ways of scoring points. And we'll just see whereabouts they finish in our league system. Let's get into this. Okay, so this is how you score points. Your league position is your start number. You get a certain number of points, -3 for winning a cup, -2 for getting to a cup final, -1 for getting to a cup semi-final. And then if you win the European Cup, you get -5. If you get to the final, you get -2. If you have a player in your team become top league goal scorer, you get -5. And then for every player in your team that you get above 15 goals, above 15 assists, or your goalkeeper gets above 15 clean sheets, you get an extra -1. And this is golf rules, so you're trying to get the lowest number possible. Okay, so we've got our first 3 sales, and it is Shane Long going to Royal Antwerp, Fraser Forster on its way to Real Betis, and Jan Bednarek going to Monaco. But we've already got a player coming in, and that is Stevan Jovetic coming in, plus 3.7 million for him, so don't need to worry too much about that one. Just Betis and Antwerp I need players from. Okay, I've got the 2 signings in. We've signed Frank Boyer in from Antwerp, could be a good backup for me, 70 rated, so not too bad. And then Nabil Fekir, the big man coming in from Real Betis, 83 rated, spent 50 million on this man. Basically all my budget's gone, but I think he's going to be fantastic for me, so I hope he can do a job in the Premier League, and we'll see how he does. Okay, so we've got 3 more sales here. We've got Danny Ings leaving the club, the big man up front, going off to Wolves. We've got Che Adams going to Leverkusen for 9 million, and we've got Yannick Vestergaard on his way to West Ham for 14.5, so big money coming in. Let's see what sort of players we can get. Okay, I've made the 3 signings that we needed. We've got Connor Cody coming in from Wolves. Very, very good centre-back, obviously. Hopefully he'll do a really good job for me there. We've got Wendell coming in from Bayer Leverkusen, just as backup in case Bertrand leaves. And then Nathan Trott coming in from West Ham, just very, very cheap player. Didn't have that much money left. And now we've got one more big sale. Nathan Redmond on his way to Burnley. Let's see who I can get in from Burnley. Okay, we've signed our player from Burnley, and we've gone big. We've gone Nick Pope. That sorts out our goalkeeper for the season 100%. Southampton are a team that really have lacked a star goalkeeper for a long while, and now Nick Pope's come in to fill that role, and I think he's going to be fantastic for me. Let's see how he does. Okay, so 3 more sales have happened. We've got James Ward-Prowse leaving the club to go to Liverpool for 26 million. And we've got Ryan Bertrand on his way to Everton for 11, and Stuart Armstrong going to Chelsea for also 11. So 3 teams there from the Premier League. Let's go get some Premier League players into this squad. As you can see, I've done it again. Carl Walker-Peters has left the club to go to RC Celta, and I missed it. So, I'm going to sign somebody from Celta as well as the 3 teams that I need. Let's see who I can get. Okay, so 3 of the 4 signings we need are in. Shaqiri's coming in from Liverpool. We've got Zoran Josipovic from Celta and Fabian Delph in from Everton. We're just waiting on the Chelsea player to make up his mind if he's coming or not. And I'm showing you this now rather than waiting, because I know we've got a game in a minute, and these 3 players, well, 2 of them at least, are going to be starting in it, and I wanted to just make sure you know how they got here. This is the first game I was talking about against Newcastle United. Let's see if my team can pull out the victory. And we do manage to get that 1-0 victory over Newcastle United. That's a fantastic start for Southampton in this episode. Okay, and the Chelsea player has finally managed to get into the club, and it is Reece James. Very, very good player with very, very good potential, and I'm really excited to have this guy in the team. My right-hand side looking pretty dangerous now with Reece James and Xherdan Shaqiri. So let's see how they can do in the league for me. So we've got 2 more sales here just before the next game, and it's Alex McCarthy going to AFC Bournemouth and Jan Valery going to Brighton. Let's see what sort of players we can sign from those teams. Okay, so before the players can actually sign in though, we've got another game against Manchester City, which I think is going to be one of the most difficult games of the season. It'd be lovely to get maybe a draw out of this, but I don't personally see it happening. Mendy and Cancelo on the wrong side of the fence is a bit odd to see for them, but you know, let's see how we do. 3-1 loss, yeah, it does not surprise me to be honest, but we move on. Okay, so we've signed 2 players in. We've got Adam Webster coming in from Brighton, very good centre back. I think he's probably going to be starting alongside Cody, and then Jordan Zamora, just a very, very cheap player coming in from Bournemouth. Let's see what else we can get. For the next game, we've got Musa Djenepo leaving the club, going to Granada. And this is quite a big one, because I do play Djenepo, so I need somebody in who's relatively good, so that he can take the role. And I don't know anybody from Granada, I don't think, so it'd be interesting to see who I can get. I've signed my player in from Granada, and it's Darwin Machis. Makis? I don't know how to say his name, but he's 79 rated and a left mid, which will pop in the spot that Djenepo has just left, and I think he'll do very well for us. Let's have a look how he does in our next game. Game is against Brighton, which is an interesting team to be coming up against, as we've just took Webster from them. Webster is not actually starting, as I do have Salisu, who is higher rated. Webster is on the bench, so we might see an appearance from him in this game. Machis is starting on the left, as I say. Let's see how we can do against Brighton. A 1-1 draw, that's not terrible. I'd prefer a win, obviously, but we move on from there. Okay, so I've done it again. I've sold Romeo to Wolves and deleted the email, but here you go. Confirmation that Romeo is at Wolves, and we need to sign a player from them. Let's see who I can get. Okay, so from Wolves, we've decided to sign just a very, very cheap player in Chem Campbell. Just trying to save a bit of money for the next player that's going to be leaving, so I can get a bigger player in. And that next player that is leaving is Jack Stevens, going to Everton for £7.5 million. So we're going to sign ourselves a player in from Everton. Okay then, so from Everton we've decided to sign Jean-Philippe Gbamin, 77 rated central defensive midfielder, going to come in and play alongside his ex-Everton teammate Fabian Delph in the central midfield. So it'd be interesting to see how he does for me. I think he should be pretty good, but I've basically spent all of my money now, so I think this is going to be the end of the transfer dealings for this window. I could be wrong, we could have some more people leaving, but I don't see it happening personally. Okay, so straight into the next game, we're taking on Sheffield United now, with our new central defensive midfielder Gbamin in the team. Let's see if we can take Sheffield United and beat them. And we do, 1-0 victory. Lovely to see Jovetic getting on the score sheet. Let's see if we can carry that on into the next game. It looks like I was correct. There is no more deals being done. We're on the last hour of the deadline. And that is it. Deadline day is over. Currently it's at 10th. Let's see how far this team can get us come January window. Skipping all the way through to the January transfer window, and we'll see where we are. I'll see you there. Okay, so coming in towards the January window reopening now, and we've not been doing too badly. I've seen a few wins every now and then, as you see there against Leeds, but then there have been a few losses as well, like you see with Fulham and Liverpool. So I think probably a mid-table sort of place, like maybe 10th, 11th, should be where we're sitting at the moment, which I think is very, very good for a team like Southampton. I think if they can stay there, or maybe push on from that, they will be very, very good position to be in a good place in this league come the end of this series. So it's nearly getting to the deadline, the window rather, and I'll show you where we are in just a moment. So into the January window, and we are much higher than I expected. We are currently sat 6th in the Premier League, 6th with this team. That is incredible. Fekir must be having a madness. But oh my days, that is so much higher than I thought we were going to be. That is incredible. Let's see what sort of deals will happen during January. I can't imagine much because I don't have many players left, to be honest. So I think this could be just a quick sim through to the deadline day, and then a quick sim through to the end of the season. See how well we do. Okay, so I said that there wasn't going to be any deals going through this window. I was wrong, and boy was I wrong. Jake Vokins on his way to Piemonte Calcio, aka Juventus. What a move it is for that lad. Shame I don't have a lot of money left to sign somebody in from Juventus. Let's see who I can get with my very limited budget. Okay, so the man that I've signed from Juventus is probably one of the only players I could have afforded. It's a guy called Giacomo Veroni. 65 rated striker, probably going to come off the bench for me a few times because that is the sort of quality my bench is at the minute. So, I mean, he'll do a job, and we could afford him. So that's probably the last deal we're going to do, and it's Giacomo Veroni. Okay, so the last hour of deadline day has been and gone, and the transfers for this episode are over. And this is probably the most shocking episode to me because Southampton are sat 6th. They're 6th with the team that has Steven Jovetic as its main striker. This is crazy to me. Let me know where you think Southampton are going to end up come the end of this season. Do you think they'll be 6th? Do you think they'll push into the Champions League? Do you think they'll drop out completely? Because I think they might. I think this might have been a bit of a fluke. So, and also let me know who you think is going to be top goal scorer. I have a feeling it might be Nabil Fekir. But then again, it could be Jovetic. Jovetic could just have a madness. Let's see how it goes at the end of the season. I'll see you there. Okay, so we're coming in towards the end of the season. Got Leicester on the last day. I think we're pretty good in the league actually. There's not been too many losses, so I think we're probably going to still be in Europa League spaces, which would be fantastic. Going to be a really, really good, strong start for Southampton. Probably going to push them up towards the top half of my transfer league table. And we'll see how they've done in the Cups. I don't think anything's happening in the Cups. It's going to be mainly about goal scorers. It's going to be the extra points that they get. So 3 draws in the last month. Not bad against considering the teams that we come up against there. And we're currently sat 7th. 7th is not bad at all. It starts them off on 7 points, especially with this Southampton team that I've built. I think 7th is an absolute fantastic place to finish, considering we're above Manchester United as well. I think that's fantastic. The semi-finals we did not reach of the FA Cup. How about the semi-finals of the Carabao? We did not reach either, and obviously not in Europa League football. So, did we get top goal scorer? No, we didn't. Let's have a little look at who's been scoring the goals for me. Connor Cody, I know, has got 4 at least, so some quite big scorers then. Matches 6. Fekir's got 15, which means that's -1 already. And Stevan Jovetic has got 18, which means that's -2. That is incredible. Who's got the most assists? Connor Cody with the most assists. That's interesting. And then did Pope get above 15 clean sheets? He didn't. So Southampton, very simple. 7 points for finishing 7th in the league, and -2 for 2 players getting above 15 goals, which is a 5 that they're going to be finishing on. That's a very good score for them, and I think they'll be pretty good come the end of the season for our transfer league. They'll be in quite high spots. Make sure you're here for the next time out when we're going to be doing this all again, but this time with Spurs. Be a very, very interesting one, that will. That's probably the last big team, the real chance I've got to be fighting for that title with a team in this series. Make sure you're here for that one. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.